Welcome back to the 8th in the series of tutorials on Cities Skylines, Edition 1. We are now at the status of small city, which means we are more than halfway to the goal of Megalopolis. Our population today is 9,500, and we'll have to get up to our goal of 85,000 or so population to be a Megalopolis. So stay with us. In this episode, we'll take us from small city to big city with a population of 16,000. Okay, let's start by looking around and seeing if our citizens are complaining about anything. There's one going on right here. Let's see what this is. Not enough educated workers. And let's see what's up here. There was another complaint up here. Right up in here, I think it's the same complaint. Not enough educated workers. So that implies that we have a issue with our schooling. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, our elementary school is in the red. We need another elementary school first. We have $107,000, so we're okay. I'm going to put it kind of opposite this one. This one you see in purple is an elementary school. I'll put it up here at this corner. And let's look at the high school situation. That also is in the red. I believe this is our high school here. Yeah. And so it's kind of central location there. Let's grab another high school. Those cost $24,000. So we'll put that right about in here, anticipating more residential growth out this direction. Now, we'll take a look at citizen happiness. The office happiness is the only thing that's below like 70% or so, so it's not bad. It takes a while for offices to kick in. It looks like we have a little demand for that, and I think this is an office zone right here. Let's look at that. No, that is commercial. This is office up in here. So this is low density commercial, and this is high density commercial. And we have some space here. Let's see if we should fill that out. There's a plaza right there, which they like. I mentioned that earlier. Let's put another plaza. That is in this area. And this is a bigger one, and this is a little smaller. I'll put the smaller plaza at this opposite corner, and then fill in the rest of it, this light duty commercial zone. All right. Now we placed these paths earlier, and people are using them, I believe. Yeah, there's people walking on them right there and there. And as we progress here now, we need to keep a close eye on any issues that pop up, and that will be signified by these icons that show up on the buildings, like this one here that we just looked at. Okay, so let's take a look at our traffic situation. Pretty heavy in here. We might want to make this a 4-lane road. We'll think about that. I think the traffic is mainly trying to get to work up here. Here's our buses taking off from our bus terminal. We can alleviate some of the traffic by adding more bus lines. Probably should do that first. And you just click on the bus line icon here. We've got more crying for educated workers here, but let's go ahead and add a bus line. Okay, we have this bus line here and this one up here. Now, something I didn't show yet is if you click on Lines Overview and look at the bus area, you can change the color of these. So you click on it, and I'll make this one reddish, and make this one probably a yellow color would be good. And close that, and now I can see where my new bus line is going to go. And that always, the bus lines always start out in a blue color. The metro lines start out as a green. So anyway, let's make a new bus line here. I think the best thing would be to start it across the street from an existing stop. So we'll start there and back up a little bit. It wants to go this direction, so I won't argue with it. We'll go up here, put a stop here, and a stop there. And let's go over and connect into the industrial zone. I'm going to put it across the street from this one. So you can see if I click close up here, when I say across the street, it's going to have a bus stop on this side and this side going different directions. And we'll do the same here. Just keep putting them across the street. This is going to be a long bus line. Now we have to get back to our starting point, so I'll go down there, we'll put one there, one in here across from the depot. This was our starting point. You can see how it's got the symbol that says this is incomplete. So we'll go up here, let's add a stop there, and then we'll go to our starting point. Okay, so we do have another bus line. If we want to look at it, let's change the color while we're there. It's got 19 stops, and and it just went into operation, so we won't have any traffic yet. I'll make this one green. And let's run the simulation a little bit. Hopefully that will help some of the traffic situation. Now there is an abandoned building. I think that's the one of them that said it didn't have enough workers. So when you see an abandoned building, good idea to blow it away. You don't have to, but it does seem to expedite things. If you don't blow it away and the problem gets resolved, it'll build a new building there. But it does nothing while it's sitting there abandoned. So, and the neighbors don't like abandoned buildings. Now I think I want to try to alleviate some of this traffic out up in this area, maybe by connecting into our freeway here. So I haven't shown how to do this yet, so it's a good time to do it. So you go to the road menu and go over to the highways, and here you see a highway ramp. So when you're making a highway ramp, or a lot of things that are one direction, highway ramps are one way, start at the place where you want the traffic to go away from. So in other words, I click on this, you'll see the arrow should show up when I connect here. So it's one way getting on the freeway there. And same thing, we'll go across the street here, and one way, connect up to here, connect up to here, and across from that, right click, connect up to here. Whoops. Let's try that again, we'll back up. Don't know why it's being stubborn at this point, but let's try again. There it goes. Okay, so now we have this new freeway ramp getting on and off. This ramp, all this did was connect one interstate to another, so it didn't get us into any neighborhoods. But this will allow traffic to go over and up into our industrial. I think we also might want to make a new 4-lane connection to the industrial. So let's keep watching though for any other issues. It looks like the education issue is still ongoing. High school is good, and elementary still is a little bit in the red, so let's add one more elementary school. Up in here, maybe right on up at this corner. Okay, that should bring it up at least into the yellow. Looks like it is somewhat. Our demand, keep watching the demand, is pretty even. Very even, actually. And so we can wait to build something until one of those goes up a bit. I want to connect a road over here. 4-lane. So grab the 4-lane roads. I like the ones with the decorative trees in the middle until I get into the, once I'm in the industrial zone, there's not much point in it because they just die because of the pollution. I'm going to blow away a building and connect to this road here. And I think I want to make these as much as I can into 4-lane. It probably will not let me make this bridge into 4-lane because it's a little steep. It has to be a gentler curve for a 4-lane bridge. So for now I'm just going to try to get this entrance here made into 4 lanes. I won't use the trees this time. I'll use the upgrade tool right there, there, and there. Okay, so now we have another way into our industrial zone. We could even do a third way in right here, which I think I should probably do. And this time I'll use a 2-lane road. And go straight down. Well, I have to upgrade first because this is gravel. And then grab this. Connect right into there. Okay, how are we doing on citizens' happiness and problems popping up? Let's take a look at our utilities, our services and things. Here we still have some not enough educated workers. I think it might be time to put in a new residential area, but also let's look at our situation with trash, garbage. The landfills are nearly full, and this garbage processing refers to incinerator plants, which look like that. And we don't have any of those yet. They cost $30,000, and a landfill cost $4,000. So I think I'm going to do another landfill just to get, because we're at 95%, I don't want to start having an issue with garbage. So we made that landfill right next to the other one, and let's upgrade the road while we're here. Pretty soon we don't want any gravel remaining. It slows things down and makes a lot of dust. Won't let me upgrade there. Probably because, I don't know why. Oh, maybe the landfill is just a little close. So I'm going to relocate down 1 square right there and then upgrade that road if I can. Yeah, that worked. Okay. Now it's starting to ask for a little bit more in commercial and industrial or office. The office space that we have is just this area right here, and it looks like it's pretty full up. I don't know why I missed a square right there. We'll go ahead and put that in office zone and see if it builds something quickly. Now, if you do get into a problem where you've got a lot of, like if I hadn't put this landfill up here just now, citizens and industry would have started complaining about garbage piling up. And if that happens, you kind of get behind the 8 ball, and it takes a while to recover from that. So you've got to keep an eye on those things and respond quickly as you can when you see these little complaint icons flashing at you. This one, by the way, is just a power line that I didn't blow away when I blew away the rest of it. So let's get rid of it now. Destructo tool. Okay, I think we might want to zone this area for some commercial and such. So let's extend this road. This one is going to go on an angle because it's connecting to that one. This one can go on a 90 degree. It looks like I left a little gravel there. Let's get rid of that. We don't want trees because we're right next to this messy stuff. Oh, I see our high demand now for residential. So let's do some new residential. First I'll start up in here with some high density. It looks like I put a park there earlier. Yeah, a little castle park. bouncy castle for the kiddos. We'll do some high density residential. Let's check on our health situation here. You know, we don't have this is the nearest, this purple down here is the nearest, that is a medical clinic. So let's grab another medical clinic and put it up in this area, maybe right there in our residential. See how happy it made them? Okay, it's filling up quickly with this high density. So I think now I might want to make a better route to get over into these residential zones with the trash pickup, and I'm going to use 4-lane road at this point, at least up to here. And okay, we need some commercial. Grab some commercial. I think I'll do high density commercial. Alright, I'm going to pause again because I want to build out some zoning for some nice kind of high-end area for residential, similar to what you see in modern subdivisions. So what I'm going to do is run an entrance. You come into this area with tree-lined single-lane road, or 2-lane road, and start curving it around. Okay, so that's a pretty good area. Let's put a few parks in. Oh, one more thing before I zone it. I want to put a few walkways in. That looks pretty good to me. So let's go ahead and zone this high density residential and run the simulation and watch it start to fill up. So I'm using the marquee tool this time. The zoning demand for residential has dropped way down now, and commercial's still up there. We're at 11,800 and growing by 172 per week. And we have $89,000 in the bank. So let's make sure, uh-oh, we got a problem. So let's stop. This is a problem with garbage. Click on this so you can see. Garbage has piled up. Not happy. Okay, so don't keep the simulation going when this happens. Yeah, see, we're having the same problem up in industrial. And here's what happened. This filled up, this landfill. This one filled up. So there's two of them with no more room. So what we've got to do is put some way for those to empty. And that involves building an incinerator plant. I'm going to put this one across the street from that landfill and one up here across the street from that landfill. And I think because we've got the problem way down in our residential, I need to think about, yeah, look at that. I need to think about another incinerator down in here, away a little bit because of the pollution, but close enough that they can get their garbage situation taken care of quickly. So I'm going to build some roads. I'll go ahead and use the tree this time because the pollution from one incinerator plant isn't that widespread. And I'm going to put an incinerator plant down in here near the freeway where it's not real desirable residential anyway. So incinerator, uh-oh, I used up a little too much money. I need $5,000 more to build that. So first I think I better put a landfill in because they only cost a few thousand, 4,000. So I'll put a landfill here. And run the simulation a bit, let some money build up. You can see right away there's a garbage truck came out. and it's going to pick up a lot of this garbage up in here. There goes a second one, a third one. They are getting busy, and as soon as our budget goes up a bit, our bank balance, I will build an incinerator down there next to that also. I think I have a pretty decent way for the trucks to get, yes, there they go. Garbage trucks are coming out of the landfill there, and now this says no more room, so you have to empty it. So I start to empty it, it's going to go into that incinerator. Same thing down here. No more room, empty it. So the incinerators are going to be busy. And let's check on that status. Garbage processing is still kind of low. I'm going to build another incinerator as soon as I can, which is right now. I think I'll put it up here. And let it run a bit. Hopefully we start to see these things disappear pretty quick before it gets worse. What will happen if we let it go is citizens will start to leave. You'll see this number go down. Weekly change will be in negative numbers because people are leaving the city. They say, I had enough of this garbage piling up. And they'll leave and they'll abandon their buildings. But here we go. It's cleaning it up. I see them disappearing as we watch. Good. I think we averted a major, I don't know if it's major, but an issue. The main thing when these things happen is remain calm. Just be at peace. Remember what Jesus said, my peace I give you, not as the world gives, give I to you. So be at peace. How are we doing on finances? We're at 21,000. Looks like our issue went away. We lost one commercial building, general store. Going to go ahead and blow that away. Something else will fill its place, and our demand for commercial is up. So let's do some commercial. Probably nearby this residential would be a good place for it. So we'll combine some commercial, and maybe it might be time to do some specialized office space for IT specialty. But let's build some roads just like this area. We'll come in here. I've got high demand right now for commercial and for industrial or offices. So I'm going to make a combination of that in this space. Go ahead and zone some of this. In order to make a specialty, this is the first time I've talked about this. You have to make a district first. So this is the district tool. And what you do is you select it, and you can select a tiny thing and do a small area or bigger or even bigger. So I'll try the middle size here. And I'm going to make this area a district for IT cluster, they call it, IT offices. Use the smaller tool. I use the tiny tool. Down here. Okay, so this side of this road, and before I go any further, I want to put a road right there. A 2-lane road right here, curvy tool, and okay, back to the district tool. I'm going to extend it out here to the edge of that road. Okay, now this area is one district, and it's just named it Lake Hills, which is fine with me. Now these are the specialties right up here. So you see there's different kinds of specialties. Organic, local produce, that's for agriculture. But here is IT cluster. So just click on that and click on the district, and you can see that I made that little symbol for IT cluster. Now the IT cluster requires office. So let's get some office zone, which is right there. And we'll use our marquee tool. Let's do a fire department facing that road. Okay, now let's run the simulation because it needs to build up some stuff. Right away it started with a big high rise here, so let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so there was some demand here pent up for IT cluster. Now this is going to be commercial zone out in here, so let's work on that while our money builds up. Before I do that though, I'm going to back off, make sure no serious problems. Let's double check our water. We're getting in the yellow, so we're going to have to do something about water and sewer. We're okay on electric for the moment. Okay, we don't have the electric there, but that's because these are not connected. Now, I think I showed this before, but an easy way to connect without using power lines is to put something like a little park or something like that in. And as long as we can afford it, a plaza with trees is only $2,500. So we're going to put one right here. They do like plazas, so okay, hit the, now the electric connected. If I click on the electric button, you can see that it did. Let's grab the commercial tool, high density. Okay, so we have IT cluster filling up, and we have this commercial zone filling up, high density commercial. And it's kind of nice to have these near each other because this area makes products and this area sells products. So, and this area buys products over here. So we're all close enough that it's convenient. Back up here and see how we're doing. I think we're probably getting ready to need some water supply. Yeah, we're getting down there in the yellow. So do we have enough money? Yes, we have enough money to do a little bit of water. Now this is already saying not enough educated workers, so we need to start thinking about more education. Let's take a look at that. Elementary's low. More elementary. One in this zone. And how about high school? That's low too. We need a high school. There is one right there, but still it's low, so let's think about different kind of school for a second. We have Institute of Creative Arts. That's not real helpful for IT. There's a library. Yeah, I think we should do a community school somewhere. They don't cost too much. I'll put that up there. And eventually we're going to have to build a university. They cost $75,000, so can't do it right now. I'm going to let it go for a bit. It doesn't like the lack of education, so I better do something. Otherwise I'm going to lose my IT group. I'm going to put a high school, another high school, somewhere, maybe up here. Yeah, it might have been a little premature to do the IT cluster, but we'll have to just let it ride for a while and see how it goes. So as you can see, this is not a good situation. And the first rule is don't panic.
I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
We've got also some crime going on over here. So I think what I have to do is stop my simulation. We've got crime rate high, and we've got IT cluster in big trouble. So don't panic. First thing to do, probably, let's get a police station over here. I don't need to borrow money for that because they only cost $12,000, but I am going to need to borrow some money, I think, to fix that IT cluster problem. Now I could do a few things. I could back off from it being IT only, or I can try to get some education in with Modern Technology Institute. I need to think about that one. Anyway, here comes a police station. We got a lot of crime right in there, so let's just put it right here. Okay, that should help that problem, but this problem is more serious. I think the solution at this point is to back off on it being IT only. So let's do that. I'll leave it as zoned for offices as it is right now. It's all offices, but it's set up to be IT only, and I believe I was premature in that. So sometimes you make a mistake like that, you just have to try to rectify it. I'm backing off on it. So I take the district, and there is a tool here called No Office Specialization, or an icon. Click that, and that is going to blow away a lot of these buildings as I continue to play, and then it's going to build different sort of offices in here rather than IT only. So I was premature on that one. All right, where are we? Our population's still growing though, 15,588. On our budget is good. We have 66,000, and we're increasing by 7,500 every week. There's an abandoned building down here. Oh, we have a power issue here. Let's pause. Look at our power. And it's not because of lack of grid. It is because of lack of power. And you know, I think I forgot. I was going to put another one of these wind turbines. Let's see how it looks here. Yeah, let's add another one of these. That's not a bad thing. I'm going to put it out here in the area where it's getting 20 megawatts versus 17, predicting that much output. So as we run, then we should see this electric problem go away. Well, it abandoned all these buildings. They did not like being without electricity, so okay, we're going to blow those away. And it'll go some more. All right, any other problems going on? No, let's run the city. Demand's going up again for residential and commercial, so more residential. While I was doing that, I noticed this landfill is out of room, so I'm going to empty that. It'll go into this incinerator plant. And this one is busy emptying. So how are we doing on landfill status? Garbage processing is too low, so I'm going to have to add another incinerator plant. So let's do that right now. Or a landfill. Actually, landfills are cheaper, much cheaper. So let's put one in. And we have to remember that we're close to this polluting area. And also, I can't do a 4-lane road here because this landfill is not movable while it's in its current state. So what I can do, though, is pause, delete that road, delete a little section of this road, use the curve tool, go out here, and then use the straight tool. Do have the high residential demand, so let's get some residential zoning in as soon as I finish building a little bit of roads. Didn't mean to open that guy, those are annoying. Alright, got one connection, one connection, one connection. This area over here is going to have to be commercial. Oh, we just achieved big city. Look at that. We will continue this in the next round. So that's the end of this tutorial. Reached a population of 16,000, and there's more things available now. An actual water treatment plant, which is better than the ones that we have been using. And a crematorium, instead of having to use just cemeteries, I guess. Okay, so stay tuned for the next session these tutorials where we will progress from big city to grand city, population of 20,000.